Hey, welcome back to Mechanical Pros. I got Quentin here with me, and we're going to be talking about the iTouch Manager functionality. Quentin, what we got going on here?
Yeah, so today we're just going to give you a brief overview of some of the things that you might see on your iTouch. So for starters, there's a couple different errors that you might see. If you walk up on the iTouch Manager and you see a yellow triangle, that's indication that there's a problem on an indoor unit. So you can simply click on that particular unit. It's going to present an error code to you in the top right screen. So once you see that error code, you can either consult the service manual or punch it into your Daikin service app and rectify that issue. Another thing that you might see is a blue triangle. This is indication of a communication fault. So basically what's happening here is this indoor unit is not communicating with this iTouch. Another thing that you may see is a gray unit. If the unit is gray, that just simply means that it's not turned on. If the unit is solid green, that indicates that the unit is turned on. In the top right corner, you're going to see the respective mode of the indoor unit. You're going to see the temperature that it currently sees, whether it's controlling to the return air temperature or the thermostat on the wall. That's going to be presented here. You're going to have both your heating and cooling set points. It's very common to see those set points set the same. That means that these indoor units are operating on a single set point control. This is very beneficial whenever you're using auto changeover. That way you can just set one set point. The iTouch is going to take care of the rest and change modes automatically. Whenever you see the little sunshine and little snowflake in the top right corner, that's indication that that particular unit has control to be a changeover master. So either this unit is on its own port, or it may be shared with other indoor units. And basically this is the unit that's going to be selecting the mode. So if you have a heat pump system, you're only going to have one of them that's going to be the heat cool changeover master, because only all of your indoor units have to operate in the same mode. On heat recovery systems, you're subject to have all of them be heat cool changeover masters because they can all operate in independent modes. So next we're going to explore the menu list. Push bottom left and you'll see a few tabs at the top. There's a number of things that you can do in here, from scheduling to initial setup, initial startup. We'll go into system settings. One of the main things that you're probably going to run into is the touch panel calibration. Over time, you touch this panel all the time, it's going to get out of calibration. So the recalibration procedure is very simple. It's going to give you directions on the screen, little crosshairs to touch. And so now it's going to tell you to touch the screen if you felt like you touched the crosshairs in the right spot. So as simple as that, now the touch screen is recalibrated. So if you get to a point to where you're having to push around icons instead of directly on the icons to get them to activate, that might be something that you want to do. Another big thing that is beneficial on this iTouch is you can go into operation management and see your history. All right, so if you have a unit that's been faulting out, you can kind of see if there's some sort of a pattern or something such as that. Maybe the unit's faulting out the same time every day. In order to do that, we can break out the classifications. We can turn it into just error. And then we can click show updates. And so now we're only going to see the error codes instead of all the controls, all the setting changes and the statuses and things such as that. So now that we see indoor unit number 1 has had a series of problems, we can go rectify that issue. If you want to go back, let's say last week, it's also very simple. Just toggle back several days, click show updates, and we didn't have any errors on that day. So you can kind of go back and see if there's been issues over time or if it's just a brand new issue. So yeah, that's some of the main features on the iTouch Manager. Really simple to use once you get familiar with it. But the main thing is a lot of times people just don't know what these icons mean. So yeah,
Yeah, so the overall benefit and value of adding an iTouch Manager as an option to your VRV system is a central control and visibility into all your air handling units and conditioning units.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. You get everything in one spot. So you can walk up and see your entire building at this one panel, as opposed to having to walk all the way around the building, looking at thermostats. It all comes in right here.
Yeah, that's super convenient. It's a great feature to add to a VRV job.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for that, Quentin. Hey, thanks for checking us out on Mechanical Pros. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.